Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode. So we're just pulling in to Menzies now. Check out the sign behind me. So this episode, we're cutting through Menzies and going to Lake Ballard. There's a whole bunch of, what would you call them, statues, sculptures in the salt lake there. Similar to that. Oh, that's why we stopped here. And apparently these statues are meant to depict some local residents. But if that's true, I mean, I've seen photos of these statues and we'll show you guys in a minute, obviously. If that's true, I think it's fair to say that maybe aliens have already landed because they look nothing like real people, right? And you'll see exactly what we mean if you don't already know. What else are we doing in this episode? We're cutting through to Gwalia and Kookynie, which are some ghost towns on the way to Laverton, which is then the launching point for the following episode, which is the beginning of the OUTBACK Highway, or the Great Central Road, to Ulara and Uluru. Let's get into it. All right, Lake Ballard, here we are, and it is cooking. Man, it is hot. Time for the sun cream, eh guys?
Dang it.
Yep, sun cream on. I'll put mine on in a little bit. But check out this view we got. That looks cool, man. Almost looks like, I don't know if you can see, looks like there's water out there, but it's just the mirage. What's the name of this mountain here, this hill? We'll put it in the bottom. There's this hill there that we're going to climb and we'll get a good view, good 360 view of the salt lake. We climb into the top of that, scrabbling up there, and I could already see a bunch of the little statues, and there's a big tourist bus that just pulled in actually, so there's a bunch of people already out there checking out all these statues. There's 51 altogether, I think, and they're spread kilometers around. Now we're not going to get to all 50 of them, but we're going to get to as many as we can in the time that we're here. We're only here for one night, so we're not even unhitching. We'll leave everything attached, we'll set up, and then we're going to go and check out these statues. As you can see behind me, we're all set up and it's absolutely stonking hot. It's cooking. I just checked the weather and it says it feels like 47. It's only like 38, 39, which is still hot in itself, right? But everyone's back there having a cold drink, icy poles, sitting in the fan. Obviously we don't have aircon being in a camper trailer, but yeah, they're all struggling back there. So I'm going to go for a little wander by myself, come and check out some of these statues, and then we're going to hit it later in the afternoon, sort of early evening. It's probably the better time to look at them anyway with the light. Make for some really good shots, I think. But silly old me, got my survival kit, bottle of water. I'm just going to go for a little bit of a stroll around and check out some of these statues. As I was saying, not very human-like. Oh, buddy. I reckon that one was inspired by Madonna back in the 80s. Poke your eyes out on those things. Right, well, it's cooled off just enough for everyone to come out and check out these statues. And I'll tell you what, we're going to be in for a cracking sunset. We actually heard a little bit of thunder earlier, so we might be in for a light show as well. I'm just coming ahead of the kids in Miranda because I want to see what the kids' reactions are to these statues. I don't know what they look like yet. Yeah, this should be funny.
Daddy, they added the second. Oh, booba. Got very spiky.
Very spiky boobas.
Spiky.
Poke your eyes out, wouldn't they?
Why are they hanging out of her body?
Where do your boobs hang out of?
No. They look like jalapenos to me. He's got jalapeno ones.
You want to stand there with your lady friend?
So I just come across a little section that was sort of ever so slightly wet underfoot, and I actually saw this when I was flying the drone earlier. It's this like really big bright white patch, and you're not allowed your vehicles out here, right? But obviously someone, you can hear that crunching, right? Obviously someone was stupid enough to bring their car out here, and they've gotten themselves stuck. Far out. That'll do wonders for the underside of your vehicle. Have a look at that. You see the tyre tracks? And then obviously they've sunk it in there. And they've got as far... It feels weird to walk on, hey Cam?
Yeah.
Gotten as far as that spot there.
It's almost satisfying to walk on.
And then they would have had a very salty, wet, muddy, difficult dig out. Oh. Don't drive on the lake. Who enjoyed the statues?
Me.
What was your favourite one, Jacqueline? What was your favourite one, Cameron?
The boo-boos.
What was your favourite one?
Clearly the willy.
Anyway, it has cooled off a lot because it was really hot earlier. Obviously we've got the cloud cover and a bit of a storm roll past with some awesome lightning. I don't think I got any decent shots of it, unfortunately, but
The thunder was quite loud.
yeah, so it's a lazy evening. A couple of silly little card games. What are we playing?
Taco cat, goat, cheese, pizza.
Oh. And hopefully we've got a good sunset to look
Yeah.
at as well. So, see you in the morning. So much for the relaxing evening. At least we got the awning of the car up, but so much for the time lapse, eh? Because I've got it connected to a power pack at the moment, which isn't waterproof. The phone is, but the phone's almost flat, so
Oh my god.
there goes the time lapse.
Oh, that is heavy.
Pitch the power.
What was it? What was it Forrest Gump said? Big old fat rain. No, that's hail.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, that's why it's pinging.
What
Is that? I think.
Hail, yes!
No, I don't know.
Get out. I need to get a bucket.
No, I don't think it is. It's just I saw a piece of gravel move. It's not hail. It looked like a piece of, just a tiny little piece of quartz. I don't know my quartz from my hail, apparently.
It's like big,
It's
really big.
Forrest
fat
Gump, big
rain,
old
too.
fat rain.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow. That could cool it down.
Yeah.
I feel
Who would have thought we were boiling hot earlier,
Yeah.
and now we're soaking wet?
Jeez.
At least the flies are gone. night show last night as well, until the rain came along and chased us inside. That lightning and thunder was just amazing. It was pitch black out there, and all of a sudden there would be a flash of lightning and just illuminate the whole Salt Lake, and that little mountain hill would just come into view with a crack of lightning over the top of it. It was so cool. Anyway, Miranda's out there now. She's taking some photos. I'm getting the coffees on the go. Coffee time. So Miranda's just headed back now from her morning shoot. She's actually had to go out twice. The first time she went out in her thongs, she only made it 100 metres and then had to turn around and come back with a thick layer of mud on the bottom of her thongs. Now she's got her boots on, but she's trudging back up. Quite the sight. Got her boots on with her sexy pins and her, I think they might be her pyjama bottoms maybe, and her t-shirt and her warm cardi. How'd you go?
Good.
Good? Get some good shots?
I think so.
It's quite the outfit you got on there, your pyjama bottoms.
Oh, no one's going to see me out there.
Oh, you got your sexy pins out. God, look at those boots, eh?
This is good. This is a lot better than what they looked.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, where are they going? In a plastic
shower.
bag somewhere.
Rinse them off.
Just turn around, have a look at all those flies on you. Oh, wow. Let's just give that a bit of a shake. Oh, it's disgusting. Nice sunrise.
Yeah, it was pretty.
I was just saying before that Lake Ballard certainly put on a good show for us.
Yeah, it was a bit wild.
Had lightning storm last night and the sunrise this morning.
It's been beautiful.
Oh, it's fantastic. What's the plans?
Pack up and head out.
Coffee, breakfast, pack, go. Let's do it. Alright, hot and windy. We're just pulling into Kookynie. It's a living ghost town. It was a thriving community back in the early 1900s. I'm assuming, I don't really know much about the place, it was a gold mine.
I think so, yeah.
And yeah, there's still some local residents, but there's a lot of derelict buildings from a bygone thriving era. There was the old tavern and a few other structures that are basically derelict and ruins now. So we're gonna pull in, check it out. There's also a pub in town, and they've got a horse that comes into the pub and gets his food and his drink. But that pub doesn't open until midday, and it's not even 10 o'clock yet, so we might miss out on that, which would be a shame. But we're gonna go and check out the place anyway. Just thought we'd stop at this awesome little sign as a welcome to the town.
Yeah.
All right,
Cool.
let's go check it out. So yeah, gold was discovered here in the late 1800s, and in the early 1900s it was just an influx of people, and there was like 11 hotels in the town, and there was churches and butchers and markets and stores and shops and clothing stores, all sorts of things. It was a real sort of boom then bust town, but yeah, still people living here. And this ruin here, now, I don't know if you can see that photo. Oh, it's a thriving township, hey? Look how many people are in that photo there. And that's all that's left of the hotel now.
I thought that hole was going to pitch blackness. Cameron, that wasn't funny.
Oh, he's a bugger. So we just crossed the road. That was the first ruined hotel. On the other side of the street, there's another one. 3 hotels within 50 metres of each other. Just goes to show how thriving it was.
I find it interesting coming to these places, and you just think what it must have been like back when, you know, that was somebody's home and they would have gone out to work and gone to the pubs. And yeah, it's kind of eerie when you come to these places and it's all deserted, everything just left to ruins. Very cool though. A bit creepy.
Okay, so even though this town is in big decline from its heyday, the Grand Hotel was built over 100 years ago, about 120 years ago, and its doors have remained open the whole time. Ownership's passed from hand to hand, but it's never shut its doors. It's a cool looking old building.
So we just arrived at Gwalia. Still very hot and windy, so hopefully it's not too windy through the GoPro there, but you just drive through the town. It's really cool. There's all the old abandoned little shops and homes from back in the day, and you drive up to the top here and there's a museum which I think we're going to go and have a look through, and a big open cut mine there just behind that's still working apparently. I think you can go in and have something to eat on the balcony at the cafe there and overlook the mine. But yeah, it's really interesting. All those buildings down the back there are all the original mine township from back in the day. Pretty cool.
I saw a truck working down in the mine with some rocks in the back of it.
Yeah, there's still mining in there. So yeah, I think we'll go and have a look through the museum and see what we can find out.
This is how people used to get around, eh? The old school electric tram.
Daddy,
Pretty cool, huh?
is it mixed through a bus and a train?
I don't know.
Because Nana said it is.
I guess
if
so.
it is,
I guess so.
and I said if it is, then it should be called
A truss.
a truss.
Or a brain. Anyway, let's keep looking, guys. Could you imagine, Miranda, lying back in that, getting a tooth yanked out with a pair of pliers? Yow!
Left hand is like the water lever.
Made out of wood.
Sorry?
It's made out of wood.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Is that a mine?
Wow.
The Wild West.
Is that a mine? It only
The head frame. That's, you know what we climbed up in Kalgoorlie?
Yeah.
That red, yellow one?
Yeah.
That's what this is. But this one's made out of wood and it's not as big. It's the winding shed for that head frame. This is hardcore engineering. Look at that. There's the operator's chair. Yeah, it's pretty cool. There we go. The largest steam winder in Australia. Steam powered winder for that head frame. That's cool. This was powered by a steam engine, Camo. And see this chair up here? That's where the operator sat.
What's this meant to do?
This is what winds the cable that gets the workers and the gold from under the ground and back up to the surface.
Or down?
Yeah, up and down. So this winder, these cables join to the head frame, and that's what lowers people in and gets them out, and the gold as well, obviously.
That's a lot of cables.
That's a lot of cables. It's a lot of steel. Another little factoid for you. 1898, Herbert Hoover, at the age of 24, was the manager of the Sons of Gwalia mine site. This is it. This head frame, he redesigned it for a 45-degree angle to increase the efficiency of the gold mine and got it being profitable. He ended up becoming president of the US in 1929, I think it was. So yeah, an ex-US president worked here, Gwalia in WA. Had a real affinity for the goldfields of WA. He loved Kalgoorlie. He kind of had the hots for a barmaid in there. Apparently he wrote her a poem and he was always visiting. Anyway, time for a coffee overlooking the mine site, I think.
They named it after.
Yeah. Oh, so it's like.
So I don't know for sure, but this might be where Hoover lived. Hoover.
Hoover.
Herbert Hoover. Hell of a lot better than what these workers lived in, hey?
Yeah.
And obviously the open pit mine wasn't there back in those days, but have a look at the view for this house.
Oh, Daddy.
Well, it's a cafe now. Beautifully manicured lawns.
It's also a hotel because you can buy a room there.
Let's look over the pit. Yeah. So Cam was just telling me it's now a hotel. Is that right, Cam? You can stay here.
Because it said bed and breakfast.
And it's a cafe. And your dada needs a coffee, mate. I've only had one today. I need my second one. Let's go. So I was right with my suspicions. This is where Hoover lived. Huh. Yes. He had this place built when he took over. Much nicer than his workers' residence. Unfortunately, that gold bar is not real. If it was, it'd be worth $1.2 million. So that gold bar is a recreation. It's made out of lead and brass and copper. It's not real, but in 1899 they had a dinner in this room at that table with Herbert Hoover as the mine manager. They had 4 real gold bars on the corner of that table representing 1 month's production of the gold mine. And they recreated that dinner 100 years later, and that's what this one was made for.
So this weighs 9.3, but if it was real gold, it would weigh 23 kilos.
Gold's heavy, man. Oh, what a feed. Look, I've got to be honest, I had no idea about this place and the museum and the cafe and all the rest of it, but man, what a treat that was. I was actually expecting...
Really interesting, actually.
I was expecting a ghost town of ruined buildings and all that. Did you know what was here?
No.
No, I mean, we've heard of it, obviously, and I thought, yeah, it was just a ghost town, but they've put a lot of time and effort in restoring some of the history and making it available for everyone. Heaps of information plaques around the place, and that food...
That was really good.
It was awesome.
And it's incredible. It's just donations to get in here. So, I mean, wow, they've really done a good job here. Really good. Well worth a visit.
Banana thick shake.
Yep.
Chocolate thick shake. Caramel thick shake. Flat white coffee. We're all happy, eh? All happy campers. Let's go, guys. Next stop.
Toilet!
Laverton. Alright, Laverton Caravan Park. Little country town. The last sign of civilization before we hit the Great Central Road, or Outback Highway it's also known. Kids are inside.
I don't think so.
Doing a little bit of schoolwork. Camo's doing some schoolwork. You having fun, mate?
Pardon?
You having fun doing schoolwork?
No.
And Jacqueline's got a bit of free time. She did her schoolwork in the car. So Miranda's just on her phone to her brother at the moment, and she's whipping up a shepherd's pie for dinner tonight in the Ziggy, just cooking the mince on the cooktop. Boiling the spuds, that's going in the Ziggy. And I'm going to sit down and transfer some data onto the laptop so I can put out some videos for you guys. So anyway, I don't know how much videoing we're going to be able to do here at Laverton. It's mainly just we're here for 2 nights. Put the awning up, that was fun. Tomorrow we're just going to sort of have a little look about town. We're basically going to use it as a place to stock up on all our water and groceries, food, all that sort of stuff, fuel, before we start heading to Gwalia, because our next major destination after here is Uluru. Alright, let me get to getting these files on the laptop, and I'll catch you later.